Okay, so I'm shooting a whole new intro for this video because after going over the footage, a lot of wind noise. So yesterday on April 2nd, drove out to the coast, do some testing on the new beach functions. I put myself kind of in the damp sand area. My methodology for testing: got a 12-inch wooden ruler, ripped the little metal pencil guard thing out, dug a hole in the sand where it's nice and moist and damp. Not soaking wet, but it was sticky damp. You could make balls with it. And put the wood ruler all the way down. So 12 inches at the bottom, 10 inches at the top, right level with the top of the sand. I tested a gold bracelet. It's let's see here. I got another one kind of like it here. Pardon me. Bear with me because all of my stuff's still out in the car. Where's it at? It's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So it's something about well, that's small. It was 14K. This is a 10K one. I found two of these in one day with a simplex, but drop that down at 12 inches like it got dropped and see how it did. And then I went up to 10 inches, 8 inches, and then 6 inches, and that's where I ended the test. I also did a small lady's ring. So for an example, kind of like, I got lots of rings. It's about as small as that. Then I had a few other things I was going to test, but I got sidetracked. And also, the wind started really picking up and I lost all that footage. But for gold, that's what's going to be on this video. Then afterwards, I did a little free hunting. The beach itself, where I'm at, where I was hunting, I've been to with the simplex in a previous couple videos, and it's a very clean beach. It's a Northern California hippie beach. When I say hippie beach, it's the people really take care of it. They pull out whatever trash they bring in. So honestly, if it's a dropped object paradise, if you can find one, but it's not a small beach. It's a good sized beach. The thing with the Northern California beach, they're not really a sunbather's beach. You have some hardcore people that do that, but they also don't wear jewelry because they're kind of hippie-ish. So, I know not, insulting hippies, but they're just very natural people. So the things that you'll find are things brought by tourists. Like I've found just odds and ends before. Probably my favorite thing out of that beach, this was last year, was a souvenir pet key. But so what I did find though, in the wet sand, very deep, naturally put there, was a very, very hard 42, and that would be a crusty zinc. I mean, extremely crusty. Probably the worst zinc I've ever seen. In some soggy, super wet areas, there's a bridge that goes across. Here's a picture. So at the base of that bridge, there was things like that toasted zinc. This not so toasted zinc. This was in the dry sand, another zinc. My 2 dimes that I found, 2 dimes, those were in the wet sand. Came up perfect 46. Oh, zinc's 42. And I got a quarter, but that was in the dry sand, and that was a screaming 51 like normal. But that's what I found. But this video is mainly about the test, so I just want to warn you, it was quite breezy. When I got there, it was about, I don't know, a little over 30, maybe 34, 35 degrees. And the wind was blowing so much, I was getting sand in my eyes when I was walking out to the spot. I also didn't use headphones during the test. I had it just with audio, and you can hear some, in the video you can hear the tones when I'm in a wet beach, but I wasn't getting target ID on some of the depths. Standing out there, I couldn't hear nothing, but then again, I wear these things, and those were just whipping with the wind noise. But overall, I'll let you hear what I had to say on my drive home. So here's my testing and a little bit of a fun hunt. I did get 2 bottle caps. Not because I dug them, they were laying on the surface. And I picked up some aluminum cans that people had left. That's the thing that you do at these beaches. You see trash, you pick them up. One of them though, bit me. Dummy me, wasn't wearing gloves, and I got cut. I was bleeding all over the place. I had blood on my phone. Partway through everything, I didn't realize it, but I was actually out there for like a couple hours. And when I was testing, I didn't realize how long it was. So by the time I got back to the car and I was going to start working on some stuff and possibly try to upload this out there, but there was absolutely no signal. I mean, if there was, I was getting LTE and that was about it. So uploading would have been horrible. But my phone ran out of charge. As you know, I do most of my filming on a phone. So yeah, I'm one of those people. So anyways, let's get on with it. I've gabbed for 7.5 minutes. Here's the testing.
Gold bracelet, 12 inches down, stability is at 5, reactivity is at 5, sensitivity maxed, all metal, MW will be the first. Okay, all metal, multi-W, H, reactivity 5, stability 5. Let's try this again. It's a gold ring 12 inches, or gold bracelet 12 inches. Find my ruler, here's my ruler. Nothing. No multi-D. Nothing. Ferrous off. Nothing. Multi-W, ferrous off, nothing. Okay, now let's drop the stability to 1. Nothing in multi-W. Nothing in multi-D. Drop reactivity down to 1. Get an erratic tone, multi-W, ferrous off, nothing, and all metal, multi-W, ferrous off, and say no mode, nothing, multi-D. We're getting some target ID, but no tone. And that's with reactivity at 1 and stability at 1. Okay, there, now we're at 10 inches. Whoever knew that testing would be so much fun. Okay, multi-W, flap, flap, bloop. There's people on this beach, they probably think I'm crazy because I keep burying and digging up targets. Anyways, we're at 10 inches. Here we go. Nothing at normal. Multi-W. Nothing at multi-D. Ferris off. Nothing. Multi-D. Nothing. Back to multi-W. Let's go ahead and go to Sano mode. Alright. Nothing. Multi-D. Oops, hit the wrong button. Multi-D. Nothing. Let's drop a reactivity 1. Multi-D, nothing. Multi-W, nothing. Go back to all metal. Multi-W. Not getting anything. Multi-D, I'm not, well, kind of getting something. Alright. Reset. So, I thought I was filming this whole time. So, we're at 8 inches. Multi-W. Nominal settings for stability and reactivity. Max depth, yada yada yada. Same stuff I've been doing. Nothing there. Got a multi-D. Nothing there. Let's go to Ferris off. Nothing there. Multi-W, Ferris off. Nothing there. Okay, go back to multi-W. Let's go to all metal. Whoops. Drop our stability. Multi-W, stability 1. Max sensitivity. Nothing. Multi-D. It moves just a little bit, but that's about it. Ferris off. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. Nothing. Okay. Reactivity down to 1. Go back to all metal. Multi-W. That's nothing. Multi-D. We're getting a TID, but no tone. All right, bring it to 6 inches. Okay, bring it 6 inches. Reactivity 5, stability 5. What is that? W. All metal. Nothing. Multi-D. Starting to get a tone. No depth indication. Go to Ferris off. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. Still got tone. No depth. Go stability all the way down to 1. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. Consistent tone. Alright, reactivity down to 1. We're getting depth indication on multi-D. And multi-W. Just a faint high tone. You can't hear it over the dogs barking. So there you go. I think 6 inches with that gold chain is about our max depth. Okay, next test for the 3rd time in a row. Gold ring, 12 inches, Hard to focus in on it. There we go. 12 inches gold ring. It's a small lady's ring, 14 karat. Okay, gold ring, 12 inches, all metal, multi-W, 5 on, 5 on stability. Let's go. Nothing. Multi-D. Oops. Kind of getting something every so often. Let's go up and go insane mode. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. Every so often. Let's bring reactivity down to 1. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. It's kind of scratchy at 12 inches, but not bad. Let's go reset it back to 5. Set stability back to 5. Let's go ahead and go ferrous off. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. Nothing. Stability to 1. Barely a hit on D. Not that I'd expect anything on W. And reactivity all the way down. Go back to W. Nothing. Multi-D. Barely a hit, no depth indication. We'll bring it up to 10 inches. Reset the machine. Okay, gold ring is now at 10 inches. Okay, machine reset. 5 on reactivity, 5 on stability. All metal, multi-W. Ring's at 10 inches. Nothing. Multi-D. Kind of getting a hit. Let's go to multi-W. Iron off. Nothing. Multi-D. About the same. Alright. Let's go back to all metal. Stability down to 1. Multi-W. Nothing. Multi-D. A little more consistent of a tone. Go ferrous off. Multi-W. Just a faint blip every so often. And multi-D, ferrous off. Stability at 1. Okay. Now, let's go back to multi-W. Bring reactivity down to 1. And we'll go back to all metal. It's just a very faint blip. Faint high tone. Multi-D. Consistent numbers ish. And we'll go to multi-W, iron off. Getting a high blip. And multi-D. up to 8 inches now, or 6 inches. 8 inches. Okay, gold ring, 8 inches. Let's do this. Alright, gold ring, 8 inches, multi-W, all metal. And our reactivity is at 5. Whoops, that button. Stability is at 5. Nothing at multi-W. Well, there is a slight blip at multi-W. Multi-D. We got depth indication. And a tone and positive target ID. Go to Ferris. Multi-W. Got a high tone, no target ID. Multi-W, multi-D, and Ferris off. Got good depth indication, good target ID. Stability, down to 1. Multi-W, all metal. We're getting a target ID, no depth, multi-D. We got depth, target ID. Okay, Ferris off, multi-W. Got target ID and a tone, multi-D. Consistent target ID and depth. Reactivity down to 1. Multi-W, Ferris off. That's a diggable tone. Multi-D. I'll dig that too. Alright. I think we're good on that one. Let's go ahead and do... I don't know. I think I'm pretty good. So, okay, so far we got a dime and a very crusty coin of some sort. I'm gonna guess it's a Zinkin. All right, we got a target, the scoop. See it? Judging by the TID of 42, that thing with sand on it, got a little edge to it. That there be a Zinkin. And we got another Zinkin in the scoop. Got ourselves a quarter. Yay. All right, another coin in the scoop. Down there, oops, it's a dime. And just before that, probably the most, well, the second most crusty zinc I've ever seen.
Okay, so I had to cut it short on my phone because I actually ran out of batteries. Here's my thoughts on the new tweaks to the program. So I was running that in insane mode, as I call it, which is max sensitivity, the most minimal stabilization it can possibly have, which is 1, and also as far as the reactivity, I had that at 1 too, so I was getting as deep as I can get. And the beach I was at, because I had it both in wet and dry setting. And wet, I didn't really hit too much wet beach because it's kind of moist beach, let's just put it that way. It's damp. It's a very fine sand beach and it's very absorbent, so even if it's dry sand, it's still wet. But I was running it dry sand and I was getting the most depth out of that and still very stable. With the wet sand mode, I was losing a little depth, but I was getting higher tones on things. Like with the gold, I would get the same depth, but it was a higher tone but no target ID, at the same time as if I switched it to dry sand in insane mode. Then I would get a target ID, which was more around where I thought it would be, especially for that bracelet and for the ring. Those were down towards 11 and like between 11 and 18. But with wet sand mode, I would get a high tone. With dry sand mode, I would get a low tone. So when I went back to the car, got my headphones, and decided to free hunt for a while, that's when I ended up getting just a few coins. But that place is really, really clean. I also wanted to check Faro check on those settings, because all my non-ferrous were not hitting on Faro check. With Faro check on, well, it's always on. I was getting, well, sorry, losing my train of thought here. I was getting some beeps and blips, some high tones, and some good numbers. But with Faro check, after I dug it, yeah, there were bits of nail and stuff, but it was also spiking on the Faro check side. So, it is what it is. It works good. So, I'm actually driving home right now. I got about 110 more miles to drive. And I just wanted to share my thoughts with you. I couldn't use my phone. I got to use my GoPro. So that's why I'm talking to you this way. So, anyhow, I'll be posting this video tonight. It should go out on the regular scheduled time and all that, or I'll be cobbling it together tomorrow. Because I don't know how the wind noise was at the beach. It was rather blustery this morning. By the time I did my intro, we're talking, I've been there for an hour and a half already. It warmed up quite a bit. I actually had to take my jacket off. I'm in a t-shirt now. But it was like about 34 degrees when I got there with wind. So it is a little chilly, but it warmed up quickly. But this is where I'm driving. That's my view. Heading down a hill right now. And I will talk to you guys later. See you when I get home. I will show you the crusty goodness that's in my little coin container. Ah! Car in front of me, they got their sunroof open, and looks like it's a big poodle or possibly a labradoodle, and it's got its head out the sunroof just loving life. Oh, to be a dog. He's just chilling, enjoying the smells, getting some air on a nice Saturday drive. That's awesome.